Yet there is something different about it. I lived a simpler life once, but one man changed all that. 'Tis no simple matter for a woman to make it this far on her lonesome. Here I am.
Even I know when to shut the trap.
I wonder how everyone else makes it through the day. Now, where was I headed?
Sometimes this is the only place I can find. Enough gold to spend as tea. I'm not sure what's best.
There's ought to be said.
I'd sooner stay out than back. No shortage of easy mark.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier. Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure.
Shall we get some rest then? Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on?
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master.
I'd sooner stay out of that where it's possible.
This is no life. Can't get by one lesson alone.
We shall await you here, Master.
Spoiled by a good patron.
It's ought to be said for peace.
Got to earn my coin while I can, I suppose.
My sincerest apologies. Lady Wilhelmina is attending to a patron at present.
Have you given the matter some more thought, Wilhelmina? I would have no other as my personal courtesan. I want you all to myself. When I imagine you in the arms of another, my heart feels apt to rend itself from my breast.
Allard, pray forgive me, but I think 'twould be best for you to leave. We can discuss this matter another time.
But why? We've only just...
I am attending to a burden that all women must bear. I trust I need not elaborate further. I did not take you for the voyeuristic type. Why don't you come in? You have my thanks. Had I not noticed your presence, I might have slain him there and then. 'Tis no jest. You see, everything I've done these past few years has been leading up to this. I am here to kill him. But I cannot simply end his life. Oh no. I must first expose his misdeeds. Only then will I allow myself to grant him the miserable end. Or so I'd sworn. But I've yet to find a single shred of evidence. Perhaps the time has come to surrender this crusade. You would lend me your aid. But I've done nary a thing to earn it. And recall that I've devoted years of my life to his pursuit, with naught to show for my troubles. If the proof I seek yet exists, 'twill not be so easily uncovered. I suppose there is truly naught I can do. Save deliver him a gruesome demise for all to behold, that is. Still, if you insist upon searching for evidence of his crimes, 3 days. I will give you 3 days to find what you seek. I shall wait patiently, though not with bated breath.
This work's dreadful dull. I get bored of this. I'm not sure what to do with myself today.
What is life without a little spice?
Work from
Minister Allard is a noble, yes? Do we know of anyone privy to the goings-on in the palace?
What are we to do?
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
I heard from Captain Brandt that you plan to make for Batal in order to continue your investigation. As for me, I've been looking into my mother's movements since last we met, and I had his a letter she discarded, only half written. It seems to be addressed to someone called Phaesus. I passed an eye over it, though I failed to grasp its meaning, or what compelled her to throw it away. Here, I thought it best that you have it. Mayhap you could glean aught from it that I could, and if you do, would you be so kind as to that is, only if you've the time to spare. I am in no position to make demands, of course. Glad I am to see you well. I've been wondering how you were getting on. Have you learned aught? No progress as yet, then. Well, should you...
Wonder if anyone knows if I'm mistraining.
I've been on my feet.
Boots laced, belt strapped. I'm ready for patrol.
Dare say I could forget all my troubles here.
Suppose I better get to work.
It is good to be reunited.
This is my first time clapping eyes on such an item. I expect my own master has yet to even discover it.
Welcome. As soon as my shift's done, I'll head to the tavern.
Gladly stay a while. Just about anywhere. Such quietude is a blessing.
Every minute
I'll remember the last time I was
At once, Master. I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
What is it? Have you brought me something to sate my unquenchable thirst for... Oh, a letter, is it? Let's see here. But know that tonight the moon shall again be shrouded in a veil of gossamer clouds, awaiting the return of the sun's warming glow. Well, well. I'd not thought Disa the capacity for such refinement. 'Tis a love letter of a sort. One that draws on ancient symbolism to convey its message. The moon represents a woman. Put simply, what this letter means to communicate is, I miss you. Ha! A surprisingly saccharine sentiment coming from the Queen Regent. I know not who this Phasis is, though 'tis safe to say that Disa is rather invested in him. What concerns me is this godsway mentioned in the first line. If we can take this letter at its word, and 'twas indeed granted to the Queen Regent, we can surmise that it must be something tangible, an object. As to what manner of object, however, I can only begin to guess, and I am not one for pointless conjecture. I suspect.
The charge ahead may be to rush headlong into danger. Let us take care to move as one. What? Oh. 'Twas but a trick of the light.
Stay with me, Arisen. Wait right there.
I think I've earned a rest. Must hold out till someone comes to focus. Head will roast.
Suppose I best earn my keep.
Time to be heading home. Well met.
If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited.
Hell for some decent sleep.
Got to focus. My head will roll if water goes under.
Our soldiers need better training.
Pray in there, put gold in my pocket.
Was I headed?
You wish to expose Allard's misdeeds. I know not whether I can assist you in this, Fred. But of course, Patrick may know aught that could aid you. Go to his manor come nightfall. If you say you are in my employ, you should be allowed entry with no... Though I cannot be sure how 'twill aid us, I do believe there is more to that letter than... And should you learn something... Though I cannot be sure... And should you learn something, would you be so kind as to share it with me? Truly? Then my mother and this man are... My thanks for looking into this. Alas, I had hoped 'twould be of greater use to our cause.
Seems well here, but we can ne'er be sure.
There's ought to be said. My duties is like flatten the townspeople depend on me. Always sets me to think. I've been on my feet all day.
Minister Allard is a noble, yes? Do we know of anyone privy to the goings-on in the palace?
Would that all my days were so.
We have arrived.
Allard. Long have I borne witness to the man's arrogance, and long has it infuriated me. I visited his manor once. I recall that he was rather particular about the placement of his painting. Mayhap he's concealed aught behind one. Shall I summon him here? You could make use of his absence to steal into his manor and... Excellent. I will send word to him presently of some... Once you've seen him depart his manor, make your way...
Let us make for Minister Allard's estate and slip in once we've seen him leave. Pray, allow me to show you the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Here we are.
I suspect this will suffice as proof.
Minister Allard is a noble, yes? Then it stands to reason that Captain Brandt would know of him. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
every ill.
Living's hard.
A precious little time.
I say.
Over here, if you please.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
That's one piece of evidence in hand. We might search for more, if you are so inclined, Master.
Right you are.
We have what we need to deliver, do we not? Let us find the intended recipient.
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced. You have my support.
This isn't much to go on. I think I've earned a rest.
You have my fullest confidence. To think that the proprietress of the Myrmecolian was plotting such a thing. Under normal circumstances, I would not overlook such a clear admission of murderous intent, but this is Allard we speak of. Of all the Queen Regent's sycophants, he possesses his fall from grace would do much to further our cause. But where to find the evidence perhaps the merchants he deals with possess aught that could serve us. Merchants with connections to Allard will reside in the merchant quarter, though some piece of physical evidence would be far less easily refuted than mere testimony, I should think. Interesting. So Allard has been leveraging his position to line his pockets, right under the Queen Regent's nose. I doubt she will be happy to learn of this. Yes, this should be more than enough to disgrace him. However, 'tis not enough for me to condone his assassination, of course. If your intent is not to kill him, but merely denounce him, then I will gladly assist you however I can. Understood. Then pray. Take this evidence you've discovered and make for them.
So the captain is...
You have my fullest confidence. Pray. Take the evidence to the Myrmecolian. We must prevent the exacting of any rash judgments. This is a memorandum of Allard's. According to this, afore attaining his current status, and in order to claim the merchant's property as his own, he murdered the man and his wife, staging it as an accident. It is a grave affair indeed. Should this article prove genuine, I have every faith 'twould be sufficient. The deed was monstrous, and yet, considering my position, I am afraid I cannot condone the man's assassination. I know not the path I should follow. What is your intent going forward, Your Majesty? Very well. I will place my faith in you, Your Majesty. However, know that should he be assassinated, I cannot offer you my aid. Now, pray bear the evidence you've discovered to the Myrmecolian.
We're here, Master.
We shall await you here, Master.
Off to market I go.
Fair wind's coming. I can feel it in my bones.
Just one last push, and I'll be down for the
I've little enough gold to spend.
So, you've returned. I confess, I thought you might not. I was ready to settle things myself. Well, did you find what you were looking for? Thank you. I can't believe you found this. All that remains is to end that man's life with my own hands. I've no other tasks for you, this partnership of ours, unless you intend to see this through till the end. You're a curious one, aren't you? But what's just as curious is that I can't bring myself to refuse you. All right, if you're offering your aid, then I'll gladly accept it. Come with me. Allard is in the room to the left. Go in and restrain him for me, would you? Never mind the mask. Consider it a charm.
At last. It feels like an... What is this?
Don't let him escape.
Get your hands off me, you fiend! Don't you know who I am? Oh, you hanged for this impudence!
Oh, Allard. I've always wanted to see you like this.
That voice. Wilhelmina. But why? Why would you...
Do you still fail to recall? Even with this mask staring you in the face. But I suppose for a man such as you, a little murder here or there is hardly worth remembering.
What mockery is this?
In your youth, you slew 2 individuals. The merchant whom you served, and his wife. They had a child, as I am sure you are aware. A newborn babe who was spirited away by her loyal wet nurse.
You mean to tell me you were their child? But how can this be? Your mother, she was a beastren. Surely her child would be one as well.
A fair assumption. But for better or worse, I didn't take after my mother. Save for in one respect. This is for my mother. And this is for my father. The time has come for all your sins to come to light, Allard.
Mr. Allard, has something happened?
We've been noticed. I suppose a scream that hideous. We can't leave the way we came in. Fortunately, there's a window here.
I was afraid I might find you here. I cannot believe you would stoop to such... No. This is not the time. You will be able to slip out the rear entrance. Follow me, and quickly.
That was certainly well handled. I suppose I ought not to have expected any less. Pray, visit me at the Myrmicolian tomorrow evening. I'll prepare aught by way of till then. Be well.
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
Not sure why I patrol it. It's not on for a song.
Suppose I better get to work.
I cannot believe it. You killed Allard. You realize this could jeopardize our plans for your ascension. I will do what I can to obscure your involvement in this matter. However, bear in mind that you may have to shoulder the burden of your own heedlessness in future. In the meantime, I shall endeavor to procure information that would be of benefit to our...
Puts me in the mood for a song, it does.
Is it too much? Just nodded off for a moment.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow. Good morrow, everyone.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Find myself some work.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel. Walking everywhere is certainly tiring. Materials, eh? I shan't deny they have their uses. If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited.
Would that I had a helping hand.
Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off.
This is it then. This is where it ends.
I'll go on an adventure of my own.
own affairs, I see. Nice place to sit. Wonder if anyone else.
You have done what you set out to do, I trust. Then come, Master. Let us quit this place.
Of course.
I'd sooner stay out in London where
Seems naught ever done.
Who's been strewing rubbish about? Could use a bit of excitement in my life.
Can't remember the last time I
This place is very dreary.
Thank you. I finally achieved my purpose here, and I owe it all to you. 'Twould seem the residents of the palace have chosen to treat Allard's untimely passing as an accident. I imagine they deemed it safer not to make a fuss of the incident after perusing the evidence you uncovered for me. Shrewd as a den of foxes. I'll give them that. I truly cannot thank you enough. But I want to. Just this once, I'll give you something special. I'll grant unto you the sweetest of dreams. I know not what I would do without you. You have my thanks, but 'tis time to say farewell for now. Just know that my bordlery will e'er be your haven, should you have need of it.
I'd fain lead the way, if you would be so kind as to follow me. A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't